Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Veronica, your holistic and functional medicine pharmacist, and I'm joined again by Quyen Johnson, nurse practitioner at One Family Clinic, and we're here today with some more Feel Good Friday tips. So, where are we going to start today?
Well, I think we should start today with with telling our friends and family, how good it is to just lose a little bit of amount of weight can help with our heart health.
Yes, a little bit of weight loss when we're overweight can be very beneficial. Every 5 pounds that you lose can have a big impact on your blood pressure, which is important for reducing the wear and tear on your heart, maintaining healthy blood pressure, but also wear and tear on your joints as well. When we carry too much weight in our body, we put added pounds, pressure, and work on our joints, and we wear those out faster when we carry too much body weight. So, what do you find with your patients that come to you for their weight loss goals? What are some of the things that you hear them say?
I usually hear people say, that when they get out of high school, how much they weigh, and sometimes they want to be back to that way. Sometimes it can be realistic, but a lot of time that is, maybe that just make it a little bit more stressful to kind of to put that goal, because it can be, too much to try to lose all at once.
Yeah, it's a big goal to try and get back to a high school weight, and that may not always be appropriate. Our bodies want to hang on to excess weight. That's why it's so hard to lose because it's protective. Our body says, "Ooh, now I'm prepared if we ever have a situation of starvation. So I don't want to lose this. This is good buffer." And fortunately for us, we're not ever going to be in a starvation situation in the modern society with an abundance of calories and an abundance of food, but our bodies don't know that. Our bodies don't know that we're not going to be faced with a starvation situation. So it is very challenging to lose weight because our bodies want to hang on to it. So we've got to set realistic goals of losing weight in small increments and be encouraged that even a 5 pound weight loss makes a difference. Don't be discouraged because it might feel like a drop in the bucket when you have 50 pounds to lose and you've only lost five, but it matters. And I want to encourage patients not to be discouraged, that they're doing great work and every little bit helps in reaching their health goals.
Yes, absolutely. Even lose a little bit, it help, decrease the workload on the heart, which, make your heart works better. So over time, just that 5 pounds actually will help a lot. So it's about this. It's like this is like a marathon and not like a sprint. The way I usually tell people, slowly but surely is better. Even a little bit of weight loss, helps a lot.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yes, that's it.
Yes. So we want our patients to make realistic goals and to be encouraged with small steps towards their goals. I read a study recently that showed even if people were still overweight, but they were engaging in healthy habits like moving their body more often and choosing healthier foods that were less processed and choosing healthy habits like not smoking, all of those people were still healthier and had better health outcomes than people who were overweight and were making all of those other health choices. So be encouraged, even if you don't reach what you think is your ideal weight, those healthy habits really do make a difference in your overall longevity and your overall health. They do add up and they benefit you, even if the scale
Yes.
doesn't necessarily show it.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I've read another study, maybe it is the same study you've read, but it say that, for people that lost the weight and then somehow gain some of it back, for those people over time they are still healthier, their body still works better than people who, who did not lose any weight at all to start with. So it's very encouraging.
Yes. Very. Oh, I had a thought and it left me. It was really good too. Maybe it'll come back to me.
It happens sometimes.
Yes. Um, so patients can come to you for weight loss, and many of them are wanting medications. So can you talk to us about how the medications work and what advice you have to patients who are looking for medication support in their weight loss journey?
Yes. So, the medication that I usually prescribe for my patient here at our weight loss program is semaglutide or tirzepatide. And the way it works is that help people to curb their appetites. So the medication itself, it works great, but I tell my patient it's like a little push, it's a little help, for them to lose the weight, but everything works like 100% better when the medication is combined with eating well and maintaining movement or exercising. It just works so much better when all of that are combined together.
So the medication by itself isn't going to be a long-term solution.
Oh, of course, no. I would not think so. Usually it's a short-term solution, just for a few months. Hopefully during that time, we can get our patient to learn new habits, to help them maintain that weight after they get off the medication. It's not a long-term use medication. I usually don't recommend that.
How long do you have your patients on the semaglutide? What's the average length of time that you have patients on it?
Usually about 6 months to 9 months, and then after that, hopefully that everyone will be able to learn new habits, know what they should eat, find pleasure in what is healthy and what is healthy food, and get off of the medication. And sometimes I put people on maintenance medication, but that is not the main component of the weight loss program.
I like that you said find pleasure in the healthy foods. I think there is a learning curve to
Yes.
enjoying healthy foods because our taste buds, they change, and it takes time for us to enjoy normal levels of sweetness and salt and fat. Food manufacturers have figured out how to make us crave these manufactured foods, and they're high in salt, sugar, and fat. Those are all flavors that are hard to find in nature. And your set point for sweet gets set really high. And then a strawberry, which is naturally very sweet, no longer tastes sweet when you're used to eating all those high sugars. So gradually, our taste buds will change, and those healthy foods will taste good, and a strawberry will taste sweet to us eventually. And it takes time and repeated exposure to normal levels of sweetness and saltiness.
Yes. Yes. I cannot tell you how many times I had patients who got off of Coke or pop soda completely. And then, they just get rid of them completely, start drinking water. And then a few months later, I asked them how they do it. And they say, I can't even drink Coke anymore. It tastes awful to me. It tastes terrible to me. I just like my water now. So I've seen it so many times happen in clinical practice that, people taste what actually change depending on what they
Yeah.
used to eat it.
I used to show my patients an example of how much sugar was in a soda, and I had Dum Dum suckers packaged up in a bag, and I would show them these different bags. Like one of them would have 4 or 5 suckers, another one would have 10 or 12, another one would have 40 suckers in it. And I would say, which one of these do you think has the same amount of sugar as your giant 44-ounce drink that you get at the to-go restaurant or at the gas station? And everyone was shocked to see that the bag that had the 40 suckers, that's the same as drinking the giant soda. And they said, I would never sit and eat 40 suckers. but it's easy to sit and drink that all in one setting. And so, a simple thing that I have had my patients do is just cut out soda. And even if they don't make any other changes, they have weight loss because they're no longer consuming so many extra calories in sugar that they're not even aware of, that they can take in so much sugar in one setting.
Yes, absolutely. I have patients who told me they lost, 10 pounds, 15 pounds just by cut out the pop soda, and that's it. And that's all they've done in their diet, that difference. So it's actually very true.
Makes a very big difference.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I know that you use some apps to help support your patients in their new healthy habits. So tell me what apps you are recommending for your patients to use.
I usually recommend the app Calorie Counter by Fat Secret to my patients. This is a free app, and and it have the feature when my patients just take a picture of their meals, and it will tell them how many calories in that meals. And I think that's very convenient. And it's just a way, for patients to be able to track. Sometimes not calorie counting can be sound really like meticulous and time consuming, but sometimes just to know how much calories are consumed each meal is help my patient a lot to figure out like, okay, should I sacrifice my dinner for this donut in the morning that I eat or not? So it's a good way to help patients just to have a conceptual like idea of what they've been eating.
Yes, it brings awareness to what they're putting in their body. And once they know, oh, I see that I'm eating a lot of this food, and I can see that this is a really high calorie or really high sugar food, maybe I should use less of that. I thought it was really eye-opening. For a short period of time, I was calorie tracking. And I realized for me, I know this is not true for everyone, calorie counting did not work well for me because I would think, ooh, I have 200 calories left today, so I can eat this little snack. But then I forgot about that other bite, lick, or taste that I took of something else during the day, and I would always overshoot my calories. And another piece of that is that I was always relying on a packaged food, something that would tell me how many calories were in it. And I learned that the lowest calorie foods were generally ones that didn't have a package. So fresh fruits and vegetables. And eating more of those, I didn't have to count my calories because I knew they were naturally low in calories and they were filling me up in a very nourishing way. And then I wasn't so focused on, oh, well, I can have so many calories. I've got to eat all my calories, right? I, I wasn't eating intuitively and listening to my body. We should eat because we're hungry. We shouldn't eat because, oh, well, I have 200 more calories to eat today. If you're not hungry, don't eat. And if that's not normal, if maybe it's been, days and you haven't eaten, well, let's revisit this and think about it. But in general, if you're not hungry, it means you don't need to eat and it's okay to wait.
Absolutely, absolutely. But sometimes it can be just a habit, like if we're gonna watch a movie, we're gonna grab something to eat. You just
Popcorn.
something, sometimes just pay attention to it. You're like, if we watch a movie, maybe we should maybe drinking something instead of eating. I don't know. Just an idea.
No, I know exactly what you mean. At our house, putting on a movie means we got to make popcorn, whether or not you're hungry and whether or not you just had dinner, whether or not you need it. You got to eat the popcorn, right? So I'm trying to teach my children to listen. Like, if you're still hungry, then we'll make popcorn and we can have a snack. But if you're not hungry, let's not eat.
That's
Uh,
a good idea. Teach them when they were young.
I doing my best. Don't know that I'm perfect at it, but are there other apps that you use for your patients?
I think you were mentioning to me the Lark app. Is that
Yes.
right? Yes.
Yes.
So, I think it's an app where you know, it will reward people for a certain behavior or a certain goal that they can accomplish. Maybe you can tell us more about that.
LARC is a digital diabetes prevention program coach. And many insurances will pay for you to use this app, and they'll even send you a Bluetooth scale to use at home. And it tracks your weight and it gives you digital support for your weight loss journey. And it's an approved diabetes prevention program. So many insurances are paying for it. And if you qualify, they send you that scale at home. And as you complete pieces of your health journey, they will send you different incentives to help you with your journey, like a Fitbit type fitness tracker. So that's something to look into is LARC. Find out if it's something that your insurance would cover if you're wanting some weight loss support that's covered by your insurance. If you want help with that cost, then I would look at LARC. LARK, like the bird.
That's very interesting.
MyFitnessPal is another good one that I've used with patients to help them track their food. It has really good tables and charts of the menus from restaurants so they can get a sense of what they're taking in when they're going out to eat. So I really liked that feature of being able to look at the nutritional information for fast food.
Yes, that's what gets us the most usually is fast food.
The calories are so high. I was shocked to learn when I was really calorie counting a lot. I thought, oh, I can have the little snack pack from Chicken Express, and it's maybe one or two tenders and one biscuit. It's a very small portion, and it was still an outrageous number of calories. If I remember correctly, it was over 1,000 calories, which is over half your day's worth of calories for most of us
Yes, yes,
in that little
yes.
snack. So
Just
needless
a
to
little
say, I
snack.
no longer eat at Chicken E. So,
I
but
totally
that
understand.
mhm. Another app that I like to support patients with movement. So we've talked about a couple of apps for tracking the calories to support with the weight loss, but I like the Scientific 7, which is an app that gives you 30-minute high intensity exercises, 30 seconds of 7 different activities with 30 seconds of rest in between. And I find that to be a really fun and easy way to get patients moving, and it's very convenient. You can do just 7 minutes a day and you get a great benefit. And if you're able to do 3 sets of that 7 minutes a day, it's got really good benefits to help with your heart health and with your weight loss goals.
Yes, I like it when it's 7 minutes. It's just a very short amount of time. Maybe we can squeeze it into our schedule and set aside in our schedule the few minutes to do that.
I do my Scientific 7 if I'm watching movies with my kids. I make sure that I spend the first few minutes of the movie just doing my just 7 minutes. And I've noticed a big boost in my strength just doing the 7 minutes once a day.
That's great. That's what they call stacking habits. When you stack, like when you would do something that that will lead to something else, but you use it as a set point. So you watch the movie and then but you're gonna do your 7 minutes. So that's a very good way to reinforce the 7 minute habit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pair it with something that you like.
Yeah. Yes. That make it less painful.
Yeah. Or I love to take a walk and maybe listen to an audiobook so that I can be learning something while I'm walking if I'm not just enjoying nature. I know we've talked about meditation and taking in the sounds of nature, but sometimes if I feel like, ooh, I need to be studying or learning something, but I need to be moving my body, then I'll just do both together.
Yeah, that's a very good tip.
Okay. Well, we've talked about a lot of fun stuff today. Is there anything else that we want to share with our patients before we wrap up today?
I think that's it for now. We will see them next week.
Yes, we'll see you guys next week. And I think this episode is going to air the last week in February. And so we'll be back in March. And I need to look up and find out what our March theme will be. What is the National Health Promotion Month that month?
Absolutely. It'll
Do you
be
know
fun to
off the
talk
top of
about.
your head, what is it for March?
Not really. Sorry.
That's okay. We're going to look it up
Well,
and you'll be surprised when we come back in March and you guys are going to get fun new information. We're going to move on from heart health and into the next topic to give you guys variety. All right.
awesome.
Thank
See you guys
you.
later.
Have a great weekend.